Mwachini makamu, mwachini banambia, mwachini banyai. Lichona njani bangani, lichona njani hlobo. Mawusabiyeni bachizi, mawusabiyeni konseni kwamule. My name is Davison. Nasi ndati take this opportunity while I'm just sitting in my car. I mean, I've got nothing to do. Not that I've got nothing to do, but I have something to do. But I decided just to take a little break and share with you something which you may find useful to you, either from whenever you're listening to this video today or in the near future. I can see that in the last 6 years, I would say, as soon as after COVID hit, a lot of people lost their jobs. People relocated bagenda kumarizeva, bamwe bakano bakamizi, bamwe bakabirira kumizi yamatate yabo kana mizi yamamai, and etc. etc. Those very fortunate, however, after the COVID sort of eased off, they were called back to go to work, which was very fortunate. Unfortunately, some never got the chance to go back to work because a lot of companies closed down. Then, if you found yourself in that situation, the only next plan to do was either to relocate to Kusha and start agriculture, kurima, farming, small scale farmers, etc. etc. Some of you might have joined my project Amutika na kuma Marizeva, sponsored projects like Mari Maroko and the rest of the projects that are there. However, some probably decided to do things individually without having to join any other projects. Meaning, Kuti, you probably had saved some money, you managed to drill a borehole, you've got land that you inherited from the family, or you managed to buy your own land elsewhere. Whatever happened in your favor was good. So let me look at the things that a lot of people, the mistakes that I see. Yeah, this includes even myself. I have done the same mistakes. I am probably doing the same thing over and over again. Now, when we go into farming, we are farming, inheriting things that we grew up knowing. Kuti ndio zinofana tuzurimwe. For example, everybody that goes into farming will either go into tomato farming, will either go into vegetable farming, miribo, bachomolia, barepu, will go into onion farming, and this and this and that and that. These are the things that some of us grew up knowing. When we talk of farming, you only just need to grow the same thing over and over again. However, it's a good thing. But you have to know that some of these things that we are growing over and over, year in, year out, the market is flooded. We are then forced to sell things at a very cheaper price because everybody is doing this. Kutengisa matamatis, kutengisa miribo, kutengisa maonyeni, kutengisa ABCD. Okay, because we are doing the same thing that we have seen our parents doing, or we have seen friends doing. So when you think of doing such things yourself, you think, I'm just going to go into vegetable farming. But yes, it's okay. Then we don't look into things that could be also be beneficial when it comes to make money. Let me talk of going into rearing animals. Now, I will give you 3 or 4 good examples of animals that you would want to keep if you want to make good money, quicker returns within a very short period of time if you do it well. Number 1, I'm going to use the word fecandity. Okay, fecandity is a word that you can Google. It will tell you what it means. But fecandity is an animal that will stay with its mother for a very short period of time. Okay, animal number 1 is a chicken. A chicken will only just keep its offspring minimum 4 weeks. That's it. She doesn't want those kids anymore. She doesn't want those chicks anymore. She moves on. She starts to lay again. So that is number one business, which can give you good money if you do it well. However, vanhu vanofana kurera mabroiler, vanofana kurera layers. Then you are struggling with the market of selling those broiler chickens because everybody else is making the broiler chickens. But if you just go into indigenous chickens, like rearing our own chickens, they have a very short fecandity, and if they are well managed, they'll give you good returns. That's business number one. Business number two is goat rearing. Imbuji jokushaja kareji, they also have a very short fecandity, meaning the offspring only need its mother for 2 months minimum, maximum 3 months. Okay, the mother is busy, maybe about to give birth to the second one, or whatever the case could be. So imbuji naijo, if they are well managed, they are well sheltered, they'll give you good money if you manage them well. Even things like ingurube, that's also another good thing that will give you good returns. Okay, large amount of piglets, if it's all managed well, then they are not attached to the mother. So these are the three things. There are more than three. I mean, you can do a business, another stupid business that you can do depending on where you are. I know a lot of people may not think this is a business. Even just keeping dogs, breeding dogs. Dogs will just give you money. If you're in town, you have dogs that you are breeding, you sell them. I saw a clip last week. Someone was selling puppies at $50. Vanu, people are changing now in their homes. They need security. They are putting CCTV cameras. They are putting Jura holes. They are putting all this kind of stuff. But when you have a dog, you have an attentive security that alerts you if there's a problem all the time. So a dog, for example, also is another business that you can look into. Quick returns, okay, short period of nurturing or nursing or whatever, but it will give you enough money if you manage it very well. And then we go to what everybody else thinks of when they have money, when they relocate. They always think of kutenge ng'ombe. Ing'ombe, it will not give you good returns in a short period of time. However, it will give you good returns in a longer period of time because the offspring would want to stay with its mother for quite some time. And also, ing'ombe can only just breed after 9 months. Okay? If managed well, every year a cow should give you a calf. But if you don't manage them, you don't win the calves at the right time, you don't mate the cow at the right time, you don't have a bull at the same time in your own crow, or you don't have a bull anywhere closer, you find that ing'ombe inozwara once every 2 years. So that's not a good business. However, ing'ombe will give you good money if you manage it well, and if you sell it, minimum $250, $300, $400, depending with the breed and how you manage them, how you are feeding them, and all this kind of stuff, how you look after them. So you sell it. You bought a cow for maybe $200, and then you start selling. They give you better returns. But the thing is, ing'ombe will need you to stay with it for a long time. So the returns will come eventually, but they will just come after a long time. But let's focus on these three things. I'm telling you, will not go wrong. Okay? Let's focus on keeping chickens. Let's focus on keeping pigs. Let's focus on keeping goats. I tell you what, these three things will give you good returns and good money, provided you are going to manage them very well. Okay? Things are improving in town. There are people that are now hatching eggs. So if you have got like 10 hens, they are laying at least minimum of 8 to 10 eggs. So you've got 30 eggs. That's a tray. You take it to the hatchery. They hatch for you. You bring the chicks. You keep them yourself. And then after some time, they are also grown-ups. They start laying. They start to multiply. Let's not think of just broilers all the time. Let's think of iwukujoku shajakarage. Manage them well. Give them proper medication. These local remedies. For example, idati, icena, aloe vera. Sorry to say because the word does not come out properly, but idati, icena, it's a very good remedy for chickens. If you keep it in mind, you will always do good. So this is something that I thought of sharing with you. Let's not focus on doing the same thing over and over and over again, because we are doing something that is already flooded. Another thing, if you want to go into farming, is to do an orchard. Okay, have a piece of land, clear it, provided you've got enough water to drill a borehole, plant trees. You can plant any trees that you want. It could be bananas, it could be oranges, it could be papayas, it could be apples, it could be whatever. Because we all know that when you go into supermarkets, we buy fruits. And where are these fruits coming from? They are coming from someone else who is farming them. Avocados, bananas. If you don't want to keep those trees, you can just nest the trees yourself, and you create your own orchard and a nursery you sell. That's another thing. Minda is everywhere. They are not being utilized. So why not take an acre or two of land, prepare it, plant your trees, and just invest for life. So until we meet again, ladies and gentlemen, I would like for you to subscribe to my channel. I would like for you to comment. I would like for you to share. If you've got any questions, ask me. I'm not an aspect in anything, but I think most of the time sharing is caring. Remember, you can only learn from your mistakes, or you can only learn from other people. Okay? Until we meet again, have a lovely afternoon. Mukhwezu bodo, banyai, muponobo tu batonga, lichone kuhle abesindebeleni. Ngiyabonga.